Welcome to our Wednesday night borrowing benefits group. My name is Ted Robinson. This is the Center for Inner Healing. And each week we do this group to allow you to join us, and for those that do attend, to get a couple of hours of EFT in, and that's what we'll be doing tonight. All you need to do is tap along with us, and sort of like Hop Along Cassidy, just tap along with us. And if you don't know how to do EFT yet, leave this particular video and go back and find the one that shows you how to do EFT, or just follow the leader. I'll be doing all the tapping and saying all the words. All you do is tap the same spots I tap, say the words that I say, just when everybody else in the group is saying them, and you'll be just fine. And you'll see how we get to our words in a few moments. And what I mean by our words is, with a borrowing benefit group, we use one volunteer. I work on that volunteer, and everybody else in the group and at home say the same words as that person. But from time to time, I'll say your words. At that point, you say your issue's words. It's as simple as that. And the way in which you do that is you simply get the most descriptive words for what you're doing. Usually 3 to 4 words is enough. Sometimes a whole paragraph suffices. It depends upon what you want to do. And that's about it. Other than that, you need to set your SUDS. Your SUDS is a subjective unit of discomfort scale between 0 and 10, 10 being the most discomforting or uncomfortable. And once you have that, you're ready to roll. So, first way we start out every single one of our sessions, including all my private sessions, is the same way, with resistance to change. So follow me. Here we go. So you're going to say, even though I'm really resistant to change, I don't like change, I'm afraid of change, I'm uncomfortable with change, I love and accept myself nonetheless. I don't love or accept myself right now. That's why I don't want to change. If I don't like myself now, how am I expected to like myself once I change? What if I don't like what I get? What if I get stuck on the other side of change? These are all really good rationalizations for staying stuck. But I'm tired of being stuck. And I'm tired of having all this resistance to change. So I'm going to let it go right now. Here we go. Top of the head. So we say, I have a ton of resistance to change. I don't like change. I'm afraid of change. Change sucks. I don't like it. It brings chaos into my life. Every time I change things, something else happens. It never quiets down. At least now it's quiet. But I'm not happy with what I am and have. I don't like it. I want change in my life. But I can't change because I'm so resistant to change. I'd like to make a new choice right here and now. I choose to start changing. To first eliminate all resistance to change. Let it go completely now. I direct all resistance to change to leave me now. And I replace it with acceptance of change. I accept change readily. I accept change easily. I embrace change fully. Change is the one thing that's constant in life. And I'm going to change from now on easily. I've let go of all resistance to change. And I embrace change fully and completely. And that's what I want in my life. I want more change in my life. I want to allow my life to unfold naturally. Side of the hand, I know this is going to be good for me. And I know it's going to work too. Hands down, take a nice deep breath. And let it out. So, That's how we do resistance to change, and the reason for that is because we all have built-in resistance to change. It's just built in, it's natural. However, if you really want some things to change in your life, you really have to knock down that resistance, knock down the walls we've built around ourselves with our egos, and just start to allow change to unfold naturally. And that's what's going to happen now. And literally, even though it didn't sound like much that we've just done, we've actually started the process of change. Now it's up to you to continue it from now on. And I suggest that you watch the video, Resistance to Change, and do it on a daily basis for the next week, and see how next week's Borrowing Benefit group works for you, okay? So now we're going to take care of the issues of our people in the group, and I'll be asking some questions. You may not hear them as well as I'd like you to right now, but I'll repeat what they say in order to give you a good idea of how you can figure out your issues as well.
I really like to date. I've been on these internet dating sites, like it's been such a major failure. And I'd like to have somebody to play with this summer. And it's just not happening.
Then it has to come from within, is what I tell you.
So I feel like I'm not doing something right.
What's the withhold? What's the withhold from within? That's what you want to find out. And you don't have to diagnose this or figure it out, by the way. What you can do is say, it's not working and I'm tired of being lonely and alone.
I don't feel lonely, but
okay, then I'm tired of being alone. I'm tired of being, I want to play.
I want to play, I really do.
I want somebody to play with. What is it about me? You can ask. Ask into the ether. What is it about me that's blocking that from happening? This is a good one too.
It's too much.
And this is gonna be universal here today.
What is it about me that's blocking?
What am I doing to block my playmate from showing up?
Oh, that's a good one. Oh.
Okay, because you know that through the law of attraction, whatever you truly want is going to show up. That's why I asked you before, what is it about you that's stopping or blocking it? So you always take full responsibility for whatever happens in your life. Whatever it is. It's not the internet, it's not this, it's not that. It always comes from me. The good part of that, see, the bad part is the ego says, what am I doing wrong? It's not about that at all. It's about, what do I need to do to correct this, to change it, to bring it about? That's really what it's about, because it's up to you, right? And, you know, it gets harder with age anyway, for all of us, because we have a lot of baggage we carry around. That's why I asked you, what is it that's blocking? You follow? So, and the baggage is the hard part, in my view, because we carry it around pretty unconsciously. You know, the hurt, the pain, the getting dumped, or the dumping, all of which happens to be difficult and therefore distasteful and something to be avoided. Making sense?
Well, I think for me it's dating is work.
Dating is work.
Oh, yeah.
That's a really good comment.
And you know,
That's called a classic self-limiting belief. Okay? And where we would like to get is dating is a great time. Dating is fun. You follow? But for you, right now, at least, dating is work.
I mean, if you meet somebody that you get along with, then it's fun, you know. But you know, the process is in my head is work.
The process in my head is work? What does that mean?
Well, if you're lucky enough to get a date, and I used to have lots of them, you know, it's you want to have a good time, but you know, it is what it is sometimes.
You mean, if you're lucky enough to get a date, it isn't always successful. That's what I just heard you say. Is that accurate?
Yeah. Or, I mean, I'm willing to give it a second try, but, you know, I've been rejected too, I guess. It's hard to get out there, maybe, I feel, and a lot of rejection.
So now you've finally come around to what I was saying earlier. What is it that's blocking me? The fear of rejection. Fear of rejection and the pain that comes from it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one. That's something that everybody feels.
Well, maybe part of the resistance to change is to say, I don't want to change, so I'm afraid I'm going to be rejected. That should be some language for resistance to change.
Yeah, yeah, we can do that right now, actually. Right now your number is?
Maybe a 5.
Maybe a 5. She's really not going to feel this. She doesn't want to feel this. I understand.
Wait till you start.
And I understand that. That's okay. We'll take the covering off and see what comes open. Because we got to uncover the nerve eventually. she'll be crying on the floor in a few minutes here. I don't understand. That's okay, though. We're going to get you there. And you coming along?
Well, I still feel like throwing up.
Okay, good. Perfect. Everybody feels terrible and they feel like throwing up. That's a good beginning point. Strangely enough, that's a good beginning point. All right, here we go. So we're going to say, even though I don't know what's going wrong in my life,
I don't know what's going wrong in my
but something's up.
Something's up.
I put my name on the net.
Put my name on the.
I write a beautiful profile,
I write a beautiful profile.
and nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
It's the internet. It sucks.
It's the internet. It sucks.
I'm really great. I'm really special.
I'm really.
Why doesn't anybody see me that way?
Why doesn't anybody see me?
And what is it in me
What is it in me?
that's blocking me from finding my playmate for the summer?
Blocking me from finding my playmate.
And maybe beyond.
And maybe.
Who knows?
Who knows?
But the truth is,
The truth is,
I know exactly what's blocking me.
I know exactly what's blocking
Me!
me.
I'm blocking me.
I'm blocking me.
Because something is worrying me,
Something is worrying.
and I'm not going to let anybody in.
And I'm not going to let anybody.
And I love and accept no, I don't even love and accept myself.
I don't even love and accept.
Here we go, top of the head. So, I don't love or accept myself.
I don't love.
That's part of the problem.
That's part of the problem.
I can't find a playmate
I can't find
because I'm afraid.
because I'm
I'm afraid of getting hurt again. I'm afraid of getting rejected again. I'm afraid of having to reject somebody.
I'm afraid of having to reject.
I'm afraid there's nobody out there good enough for me.
I'm afraid there's nobody out there good enough.
I'm afraid nobody's going to want me.
I'm afraid nobody's going to.
I have so many fears surrounding this issue, you can't believe it.
I have so many fears surrounding this issue. You can't.
I don't want to believe it.
I don't want to.
I'm pretty terrific.
I'm pretty.
I'm really great.
I'm really great.
Why doesn't anybody else see this?
Why doesn't anybody else?
I'm special.
I'm special.
And nobody else sees me as special but me.
And nobody else sees me but special but me.
I'm tired of my life the way it is.
I'm tired of my life.
I know I'm doing something to make it happen this way.
I know I'm doing something.
I just don't know. I don't have a clue what that something is.
I don't have a clue what that something is.
In reality, I am special.
In reality, I am.
In reality, I'm really cool.
In reality, I am.
I have a lot to offer.
I have a lot to offer.
I'm fun.
I'm fun.
And I'm great.
I'm great.
And nobody else is seeing it but me.
Nobody else has seen it but me.
The truth is, I have a lot of resistance in this area.
I have a lot of resistance in this area.
I'm really not as open as I think I am.
I'm really not as open as I think.
I'm not open to relationship yet.
I'm not open to.
I don't want a relationship. I want a playmate. It's somebody I can go out and play with. I can go drinking and dancing with. Have fun. I can go to a movie with. No commitments.
No commitment.
No, I want commitment. I want a real relationship.
I want a real.
No, I don't. I just want a playmate.
No, I don't. I just want to play.
If I could have a playmate, I'd be happy at least.
If I had a playmate, I'd be happy.
Until I wanted a commitment.
Until I wanted to.
I have a lot of issues in this area.
I have a lot of issues.
And I'm resistant to changing them.
And I'm resistant to.
I'm not changing them.
I'm not changing.
Because I'm not going to give up my protection.
I'm not going to give up
My protection is very important to me.
my protection is very.
And part of that is knowing how great I am.
And part of that is knowing how.
When I believe I'm really great,
When I believe I'm really.
nobody can really reject me.
Nobody can really.
Even if they do, I don't believe it.
Even if they do,
I don't allow myself to get hurt anymore.
I don't allow myself to get.
Side of the hand because it's too painful.
Because it's too.
But this is going to change soon.
But this is going to change soon.
Hands down, deep breath. And let it out. Bigger deep breaths next time, Miss R. She's out.
Are you sleeping?
No, I'm vibrating.
Vibrating. Good. You're vibrating? Good. You found a playmate already.
Excellent. So you said you couldn't meet someone in EFT.
My dog is my companion.
There you go.
All right, you want to change that belief.
All right. So how does that feel right now? You're vibrating, you said.
Oh, I love it.
All right. Good. How are you feeling?
She's the poster child. I feel crappy.
You feel crappy. She feels good. Well, we've been successful. We've gotten you into it deeper, and she's already coming out of it. Okay. What's your suds now? And what's coming up? Anything?
My dog is my companion.
And what's that mean?
It's better being alone.
Ah. All right, so your dog is your companion, and you're satisfied with your dog.
Oh, he's got a lot of issues, but we've been taking hour-long walks in the morning, and I live by the water, so it's been beautiful, and I have a reason to go out, and I've been taking long walks in the afternoon, too, and so that's been nice.
It sounds like a rationalization, though.
Well, it's a compromise.
Ah, okay.
That's what's available.
It's a compromise. Okay, we can work on that next. And you're feeling lousy because?
I don't know. It's just painful, I guess.
Okay, here we go.
Nervousness in my stomach.
Still nervous?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. We're going to say, even though
I've
I've learned to compromise in my life,
learned to compromise in my
when nobody's going to show up,
when no one's going to show up,
I bought a dog.
I bought a dog.
And that's pretty cool.
And that's pretty cool.
You know, nobody loves you like your dog.
Nobody loves you like you do.
As long as you feed him and take him out
As long as you feed him
and pet him occasionally,
and pet him occasionally,
they love you forever.
They love you.
You could beat them half to death and they'd still come back.
you
Beat them half to death and they still come back.
They love you unconditionally.
They love you.
That's what I want in a special playmate.
That's what I want in a special
Somebody to love me unconditionally.
someone to love me unconditionally.
Somebody who I can love unconditionally. Now, there's the problem.
There's the problem.
I don't love anybody unconditionally.
I don't love anybody
Except my dog.
Except my
Mostly.
dog.
Even my dog I don't love unconditionally.
Even my dog.
If he poops on the carpet, he's a dead duck.
If he poops in the carpet, he's a dead duck.
So it's not it's never unconditional.
That's not nice. It's never unconditional.
But I love and accept myself and my dog too.
I love and accept myself and my dog too.
Top of the head. I had to compromise.
I had to come.
Things weren't working out, so I bought a dog.
Things weren't working out, so I bought.
Now it's working better.
Now it's working.
At least the dog loves me unconditionally.
At least the dog loves me.
And I like that.
I like that.
But the truth is, it's empty.
But the truth is,
I want a bigger playmate.
I want a bigger playmate.
Maybe I'll buy a bigger dog.
I want a bigger dog.
I don't want a bigger dog. I want somebody who can talk to me and play with me. Literally and physically. I like to have a catch occasionally.
I'd like to have pets occasionally.
And a walk along the beach would be nice.
on the beach would be nice.
And a few other things that I can envision.
And a few other things
I want somebody who I can love.
I want somebody who
I'll start with a playmate,
I'll start with.
but I want a real lover. That's what I want.
That's what I want.
And I want them to love me unconditionally,
And I want them to.
no matter how I love them.
No matter how.
If I screw things up,
If I screw,
they accept me no matter what.
they accept.
Now that's a good playmate.
That's a good playmate.
But I'm not getting any of this
I'm not getting it
because I'm blocking it.
because I'm
I know it has to be me because no matter what I do,
no matter what I
nothing's changing.
Nothing's changed.
I'm good looking. I'm attractive. I'm a catch.
I'm a catch.
But it's not working. So what about my life isn't working?
What about my life?
What about my aura is wrong?
What about my aura being wrong?
What is it that's not attracting that special playmate into my life?
What is it that's not attracting that special place?
It has to be me. It has to be me. And it is me. I take full responsibility for the fact I don't have a playmate in my life right now.
I take full responsibility for the fact that I don't have a playmate in my life.
I want one.
I want one.
No, I don't. I'm afraid to have one. I'm worried about what's going to happen at the end. I'm afraid of what's going to happen at the beginning.
I'm afraid of what's going to happen.
I'm blocking the whole thing. That's me. I'm doing it.
That's me.
I'm blocking the relationship. I'm even blocking a playmate.
I'm blocking the playmate.
I'm not letting them anywhere close to me
I'm not letting them anywhere.
because you can't trust men.
Because you can't trust me.
Any of them. I don't even trust you right now.
I don't even trust you right now.
You're going to do something to abuse me.
You're going to do something to you.
You're going to betray me.
You're going to betray me.
Every man betrays me. Every man betrays women. You're nothing but dogs. All you men are the same. You only want one thing.
You only want one thing.
Sex.
Sex.
The only problem is I want some sex too.
The only problem is I want some sex too.
And I'm not getting any.
I'm not getting it.
How come I don't get any?
How come I?
I thought women could always get sex.
I thought women always get it.
And suddenly I'm not getting what I want.
Suddenly I'm not
And I'm available.
available.
I'm really not available. That's the point.
Not available.
I'm not available.
I'm not available.
I'm still trying to use those old ideas of mine
I'm still trying to use those old ideas.
that I'm going to get chased.
I'm going to get chased.
I'm not getting chased anymore. I don't like this.
I'm not going to get chased anymore. I don't like this.
And I'm not happy with the way things are turning out.
And I'm not happy with the way this.
So what is it about me that's keeping them from chasing?
So what is about me that keeps them
Or even applying for the position
applying to the position
of playmate?
of playmate?
I want a playmate in my life.
I want to play.
I accept that I'm resistant to changing this.
I accept that I'm resistant.
I love and accept myself as I am,
I love and accept myself.
even with all this resistance.
Even with all this resistance.
And I let go of that resistance now.
And I let go of that resistance.
I forgive myself for holding back all this time.
I forgive myself for holding.
I allow a playmate to enter my life right now.
I allow a playmate to enter.
I allow a loving relationship to occur in my life now.
I allow a loving relationship.
And I release my fears surrounding this issue.
I release my fears surrounding.
I release my withholdings around this issue.
I release my withholding.
I've been withholding for a long time
I've been withholding.
based on my fears. And I release them now. I let them go completely.
And I let them go.
And if I'm going to get hurt, it's okay. I'm a big girl. I got my big girl panties on. I can do it. I can handle it. Whatever happens, I can handle it. So I am now available.
So I'm
I'm available for a true playmate
available for a true play.
that may wind up as a lover, that may wind up as a relationship. Who knows? But it was, as long as I don't allow it to unfold naturally,
As long as I don't allow it to.
it's not going to happen at all. So I now make a choice. My choice is to release all my withholds.
My choice is to release all of
Allow my life to start unfolding naturally.
Allow my life to unfold.
Allow that playmate to show up naturally,
Allow that
that playmate to show up now.
wherever he may be.
wherever he
Could be in a grocery store. Could be in a subway. It could be on the street. I'm not going to withhold myself from the world any longer.
I'm not going to hold myself.
I'm going to drop my defenses, bring them down,
Bring them down.
open my arms in inclusion of the world.
Open my arms in inclusion.
I'm going to allow that lover to show up. I'm going to allow that playmate to arrive.
Allow that playmate to
Recognize me as I recognize him
recognize me as I recognize him
and start playing.
and start playing.
It doesn't have to be serious.
It doesn't have
It can just start out as play.
to just start out.
Who knows? It could just be play. And nothing more ever.
And nothing.
And that's okay too.
And that's okay.
That's part of the unfoldment of life.
That's part of the unfolding.
And I accept whatever comes my way right now.
I accept whatever comes my
With open heart,
with An open heart.
and open arms.
An open arms.
Deep breath and let it out. She's vibrating.
That was intense.
You see, you came in feeling too good tonight. Usually you come in feeling crappy. And, you know,
Stay home when I feel good.
no, you just did.
No, but you should tap it when you're feeling that way, or when you're home and you're online.
Yeah, when you're feeling lousy online, that's when you tap.
It's not going to help.
And take full responsibility. It's all about taking responsibility for what's happening. Recognize that you're doing this, and it's not to be blamed. That's the biggest problem that people have when I say that kind of thing. They say, "Oh, you mean you're blaming me? It's always been my fault. Everything's my fault." No, that's not what it's about at all. When you say you take full responsibility for what's going on, then you have the opportunity to change it. Because if you made it happen, you can unmake it and you can change it. It's just that simple. But people always get caught up in the ego of blame and guilt and what I do wrong, and they're pulling back already like this, you know. It's no, I stand here, I take full responsibility for my life. Just as it is right now. I've done everything to get myself to this point, just like you said earlier. I've thought my way here, I've fought my way here, and unfortunately it's not where I want to be. So if this is not where I want to be, if I got myself here, and I want to go over there, I can go there. But this is where the big deal is. This is why I work with resistance to change so much. It's because we are so resistant to changing where we are. Because our ego is invested in how we got here. Because the ego thinks it did it. And in many instances it did. But the idea is that the ego doesn't like change. It's the ego, always the ego. So what we have to do is do the resistance to change tap with regularity about that issue. And I'm going to give you a tap on that right now, okay? So that we clarify that for you specifically. So the idea is I'm resistant to changing this because I would be out of my comfort zone. I'm resistant to changing this because I might get hurt again, or I might get hurt worse. I'm resistant to changing this is because what if I change everything about my life and it still doesn't happen for me? What do I do then? So you say, even though I'm really resistant
to
changing where I'm at right now
changing where I'm at
and taking full responsibility for my life,
and taking full responsibility for my life,
it seems like you want to blame me
It seems you want to
seems
blame
like you want to blame me
and make me at fault
and make me a fool
for having wound up where I'm at in life.
for having wound up where I am at.
And I didn't do this to myself.
I did not do this to myself.
Yes, I did.
Yes, I did.
And when you say those words, I know you're right.
And when you say those words, I know
But my ego hates you for saying it.
my ego hates you for saying
Because I think I did a really good job.
I think I did a really good job.
That's my ego talking.
That's my ego talking.
I did a very good job
I did a very good job.
and a very bad job.
And a very bad.
And everything that's in between.
And everything else.
I'm a complete mixture of all kinds of things.
I'm a complete mixture of all kinds.
And that's the problem.
That is,
I don't see it that way because of my ego.
I don't see it that way because of my ego.
I just think I'm great.
I just think I'm great.
No, but it's true. That's how our ego operates. All right. But I love and accept myself no matter what.
I love and accept myself no matter
Here
what.
we go. Top of the head. So I'm really resistant to changing anything about anything like this.
I really resist changing anything.
I don't want to change how I am.
I don't want to change how.
And you're telling me I have to take responsibility for myself.
And you're telling me I have to take
That everything that's happening in my life is my own fault.
everything happening in my life.
And I don't like you blaming me.
I don't like you blaming me.
The truth is, it's not blame at all.
The truth is, it's not blame.
And when I really listen, I realize that.
And when I really listen, I realize that.
It's taking responsibility for how you got here.
It's taking responsibility for how you got.
For how I got here.
For how I got.
And accepting the fact
Accepting the fact
that I don't want to change.
that I don't want to change.
No matter what I say, I don't want to change it.
No matter what I say, I don't want to change.
Because that would be negating the fact that I got myself here.
That would be negating the fact that I got.
And it would be like denying that I did a good thing by getting here.
And it would be like denying that I did a good thing.
I'm quite proud of myself.
I'm quite proud.
Look how far I've come in life.
Look how far I've come.
Look who I am. Look what I've done.
Look what I've done.
Look how good I am.
Look how good I am.
But I'm not happy.
But I'm not happy.
I'm not having a good time.
I'm not having
And that's part of the problem.
that's part of the problem.
I don't want to change that either.
I don't want
I do want to change that.
I do.
There's the rub.
There's the
In between the two extremes
in between the
lies my reality and my goal.
and my goal.
I want to get to that point where my life can just unfold naturally.
I want to get to that point where my life can unfold.
And that means I have to release the life I have right now,
That means I have to release the life I have
the way it is,
the way it is.
and allow it to unfold naturally.
And allow it to unfold naturally.
And that takes me taking responsibility
And that takes taking responsibility
for how I got here
for how I got here
and letting go after that.
and letting go of
And releasing my ego from the whole experience.
releasing my ego from
Just being here now,
just being here now
in presence,
in presence
and not having any attachment to the outcome of things,
and not having any attachment to the outcome of things,
and being grateful for whatever shows up.
and being grateful for whatever shows.
So when that playmate shows up,
When that playmate
and I initially think he's lousy
and I initially think he's that
and unworthy of me
and unworthy of me
and my specialness,
and my specialness,
I'm going to wait a little bit.
I'm going to wait.
I'm not going to reject him so quickly.
I'm not going to reject him. So
And when somebody looks really, really great to me up front,
when someone looks really, really great to you,
I'm going to wait on that too.
I'm going to wait on that.
I'm going to withhold my judgments from now on
I'm going to withhold my judgment
and find out how things go for a while
and find out how things
and let life unfold naturally.
and let life unfold naturally.
Then I can enjoy my life more easily.
Then I can enjoy my life more easily.
And my life will unfold naturally.
And my life unfold naturally.
Hands down, deep breath. How's that? Are you still zoned out? Come on back.
I don't know if I can.
Really?
I don't know what it is.
Well, I'll come over and tap you a little bit, okay? Would that be all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you don't mind, I'll stay here.
That's okay, it's fine. I'll be back. But the voice will continue, so. What's the heart hurting about?
This feels very daunting.
What does?
You need someone to put yourself out there.
All right. Here we go.
I don't know if I could do it.
So, and your SUDS is about a 9 right now?
It's hard.
Okay, so you say even though it's really daunting
Even though it's really daunting
to meet somebody,
to meet someone,
put myself out there to meet somebody,
put myself out there to meet someone,
be vulnerable
be vulnerable
and real,
and real,
and maybe get hurt,
and maybe get
I
hurt.
don't want to do that.
I don't want to do that.
And at the same time,
And at the
I
same
really want to meet somebody that I can hook up with in the long run.
I really want to meet someone I can hook up
And not just a physical hookup.
with. Not just,
I want to have a loving relationship.
I want to have a loving relationship.
I want to share my heart with somebody.
I want to share my
I want to share my dreams with somebody.
I want to share my dreams.
I want to share my life with somebody.
I want to share my life with somebody.
But I'm afraid.
But I'm
To the very bottom of my soul, I'm afraid right now.
to the very bottom of my soul, I'm afraid.
It's just too much.
It's just too much.
But I'm going to do the best I can
But I'm going to do the best I can
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my
which right now isn't too much.
right now isn't too much.
Getting cool over there? Okay, so here we go. So this is far too daunting.
This is far too daunting.
I can't do this.
I can't do this.
You want me to go out there and put myself out
You want me to go out there and
in that meat market?
in that meat
I'm not going to get in the meat market again.
I'm not going to get in the meat market.
I hate that.
I hate that.
And I'm not ready yet anyway.
I'm not ready.
I've got to get in shape.
I have to get in shape.
The way I'm feeling right now, nobody's going to look at me.
The way I'm feeling right now, nobody's going to look at me.
And there's exactly 100 men thinking the same thing.
And there's exactly 100 men thinking the same
That
thing.
nobody wants to look at them.
That nobody wants to look at them.
But I don't want to be a loser.
I don't want to be a
I don't want to
loser.
pick a loser.
I don't want to pick a loser.
I want somebody who really is up to my caliber.
I want somebody who's really up to my
And I'm really cool.
And
I'm really
cool.
good.
I'm
I'm really accomplished.
really accomplished.
So this is a real daunting task for me.
This is a real daunting.
I can
task
do
for
all
me.
kinds of big
I
deals.
can do all kinds.
I
of
can
big
take care of
deals.
all kinds of stuff.
I can take care of all.
I'm really intelligent and capable.
I'm really intelligent and capable.
And I feel like a little kid right now
And I feel like a little kid
when
right
you
now.
talk about putting me back out into that market.
And when you talk about putting me back out in that,
I don't want to do that.
I don't want to do
That's
that.
the last thing I want to do.
That's the last thing I want.
I don't want some guy pulling at
I
me.
don't want some guy
I don't want any of that crap going on.
pulling
And then have to deal with this idiot when he's drunk.
and then have to deal with
I can see it already.
I can see it already.
They're all assholes. Men are just dogs looking for sex.
They're just dogs looking for
And
sex.
we women aren't like that at all.
We aren't like that at all.
We don't want any of that sex stuff.
We don't want any of that sex.
We don't want any of that closeness stuff.
We don't want any of that closeness stuff.
Well, maybe we do.
Well, maybe we do.
But we want it on our terms.
We want it on
And
our
they
terms.
are selfish bastards.
And they are selfish bastards.
Because they want it on their
Because
terms.
they want it on their terms.
And they want me to compromise.
And they want me to.
And I'm not compromising, damn it.
I'm not compromising.
I'm too good for
damn it.
compromising. They should come to me.
I'm too good for compromising. They should come to me.
That's right.
That's right.
And I don't believe any of this.
And I don't believe any of this.
This is all stupid.
This is all stupid.
You're stupid.
You're stupid.
I'm just feeling overwhelmed right now.
I'm just feeling overwhelmed.
I'm feeling
right
insecure
now.
right now.
I'm feeling insecure.
Why don't you leave
right
me
now.
alone?
Why don't you leave
My
me alone?
my heart hurts.
My heart hurts.
Leave me alone. You're breaking my heart.
You're breaking my heart.
The truth is,
The truth is,
I've been breaking my heart for a long time.
I've been breaking my own
I
heart.
put all my attention on that little boo.
I put all my attention on that
I
little.
love my animals.
I love my animals.
I love my nieces.
Love my nieces.
And I don't want any guys around me. Because they're all dogs.
They're all
I already
dogs.
told you about
I
that.
already told you about that.
So if I didn't want to have a family,
So if I didn't want to have a family,
I wouldn't do anything with them at all.
I wouldn't do anything with them.
Because, I mean, when they go in the bathroom, they poop and things.
When they go
And
when
they're
they-
dirty and smelly
and
and
they're dirty and smelly
hairy and
hairy
stuff.
and stuff.
Guys suck.
Guys suck.
I hate guys.
I hate guys.
What am I even doing thinking about hooking up with a
What
guy?
am I even doing?
I don't want to hook up. I don't even want to go out with them.
I don't even want to.
I don't want to date them.
I don't want to.
I don't want to play with them.
I don't want to play with
I don't want
them.
any part of them.
I don't want any part of them.
So I want to become a eunuch.
I want to become nice. Nice. Ted. Cancel.
The truth is,
The truth is,
none of this is making any sense to me.
none of this is making any sense.
You make all these positive statements about taking responsibility for my life,
You make all these positive statements about taking responsibility.
and my heart hurts.
And my heart hurts.
What about this is hurting my heart?
What about this is hurting my heart?
There's something inside of me that's hurting my heart.
There's something inside of me that's hurting my heart.
And I know it's real,
And I know it's
and I know it's true,
and I know it's true.
and I know it's actually doing it to me.
And I know it's actually doing it.
So I address that part of me now.
I address that part of me.
Whatever part of me that's doing that,
Whatever part of me is doing that.
that's not in resonance with the rest of me,
Which is not in resonance with the rest.
I ask you to leave.
I ask you to leave.
I direct you to leave.
I direct you to leave.
Because I want a consistent, congruent body
I want a consistent, congruent,
and mind
and mind
and soul
and soul.
and all levels of body, mind, and soul.
And all levels of body, mind, and soul.
I want them to be consistent
I want them to be
and congruent
and
and to work together
to work
as
together
one. As one loving being,
as one loving being,
loving myself first,
loving myself first,
completely and wholly and completely.
wholly and completely.
I will then attract
I will then attract
exactly the right person for me,
exactly the right person for me,
who loves themselves
who loves them
wholly and completely,
wholly and completely,
and it will not grasp onto me
and it will not grasp
or be needy of me,
or be needy of
but
me,
instead will play with me
but instead will play
as an equal.
as an equal.
They'll know more than me,
They'll know more.
I'll know more than them,
I'll know more than them.
all in different places,
All in different.
and we will be completely congruent together.
And we will be completely congruent together.
We'll work like two pieces of a puzzle
We'll work like two pieces of a puzzle
in so many ways. ways.
In so many ways.
And life will change.
And life will change.
For the better.
For the better.
And my heart will sing.
And my heart will sing.
And no longer hurt.
And no longer hurt.
And I let go of all anticipation or worries.
I let go of all anticipation or
I
worry.
release all expectations of failure.
I release all expectations of failure.
And I accept positiveness into my life.
And I accept positiveness into my life.
And I accept all of these things unconditionally,
And I accept all of these things,
knowing that my life will only improve from here.
knowing that my life will only improve from here.
How's that?
The pain went away in my heart. I think I changed,
Issues?
yeah, well, it's the same issue, but a different piece of it. Well, it didn't really go away fully, because actually when I said that one, I feel like being in a relationship and having children is a burden.
I was going to say, even though I'm afraid.
We're going to end early.
Huh?
I said I thought we were going to end early.
No, I'm afraid that if I allow myself to enter into a relationship
I'm afraid if I allow myself to enter into a relationship
and get serious enough to have a family
and get serious enough to have a family,
and actually have the family,
actually have a family,
it'll be a burden.
it'll be a burden.
And I'll be stuck
I'll be stuck
with raising kids
raising kids
for the rest of my life.
The rest of my life.
I won't be able to have a career. I won't even be an artist. I'll be stuck doing diapers, cleaning little asses, making dinner, cleaning the house, struggling for money, reliant upon some guy for money. Ah, I hate that idea.
It makes me want to gag.
Yeah, I hate that. And then he's going to want sex all the time, even when I'm tired.
Sex all the time, even when I'm
And when I'm not interested.
even when I'm not interested.
I still have to give it to him because we're married.
Give it to him because we're mad.
I hate that whole concept.
I hate that whole
Get out of here with that stuff.
here with that.
I don't want to think about that. It's a terrible picture you're painting. And that's those are my worst fears.
Those are my worst fears.
And that's why I'm so blocked from having any kind of relationship.
That's why I'm so blocked from having any kind of relationship.
But I'm going to do the best I can to address it.
But I'm going to do the best I can to address
But I have great misgivings.
great misgivings.
Here we go, top of the head. So, you gotta be kidding me.
You gotta be kidding.
You think I really want to get into a relationship with somebody?
You think I want to get
And have a child or three?
have a child or three?
I'm not doing that at this point in my life.
I'm not doing that at this
You gotta be crazy.
You gotta be crazy.
I'm not even gonna pop one out.
I'm not even gonna pop one out.
Because I'd have to deal with it.
Because I have to.
And it would really be overwhelming.
It would really be over.
And I don't want to be a housefrau.
I don't want to be a
I don't want to be a mommy with a station wagon or a minivan and parties and diapers and dinner and cleaning the house. I'm a vital woman. I have things to do in this world.
I have things to do with this.
Just because it's my body that a baby has to come out of doesn't mean I have to have it.
Just because it's my body, baby has to come out of. Doesn't mean I have to
The
have it.
truth is,
Truth is,
it doesn't fit my image of myself.
it doesn't fit my image of
None of it.
none of it.
So I'm not doing it.
I'm not doing it.
See, I'm already successful.
I'm already successful.
I haven't done it till now. I'm not going to do it in the future.
I'm not gonna do it.
I'm not doing it.
I'm not going to do it.
So there.
So there.
Guess I showed you.
Yes, I showed you.
But then again, there's this little feeling within me
Then there's this little feeling.
that I need to have a child to fulfill my destiny
Fulfill my destiny
as a mother, as a woman.
as a.
What kind of woman would I be if I don't have a child?
What kind of woman would I be if I don't have a child?
Who knows?
Who knows?
I don't want to find out though. I want to have a child. I just don't want all that crap that comes with it.
I just want all that crap.
I want to be so successful
I want to be
at whatever I choose to do
whatever I choose.
that I'm making $1 million a year,
I'm making $1 million a year,
and so I can afford help.
so I can afford
And I can have a home office if I choose. And I can have plenty of people around me to take care of my child, my family. And I can still do everything I want to do. And be successful too. I like that idea. I don't see it happening, but I like the idea. I do see it happening. It can happen. It can happen for me. And I like the idea. It's all about me. I first take full responsibility for my life the way it is. And I take full responsibility for how it's going to be. I allow the doors to open for abundance in my life. I open my heart and allow the right person to show up. And if it means we fall in love and have a family, I'll be happy. And if it doesn't happen, I'll be happy. It's more about not being attached to the outcome. And living in the present moment than anything else. Now, I like that idea. Nice deep breath. So that's our borrowing benefits group for Wednesday night. We look forward to having you come back and join us with us again. Have a great night.